What's up guys, Bryce with TSA here. We're going to talk about some deadlift cues or exercises that I've used to help my deadlift form. Eyes closed, press through the midfoot, pull from the base of the cervical spine, and finally, glutes are your friend. So we're going to go over each of these in detail, starting with eyes closed. So the eyes closed cue can be used to help kind of build that kinesthetic awareness of what your body is doing and kind of help snap things into place that you wouldn't really ever get to experience otherwise. So we start off with eyes closed, and I wouldn't suggest doing this with maximum weight, but in some of your warm-up sets you can kind of start to feel that things feel a little bit different, a little bit more controlled, and a little bit more braced through the midsection here as you just keep your eyes closed for some of these first sets. Use this as a training tool, not really as something you do all the time, but just as something to help you realize that there may be better, more streamlined form available for you than you would normally be doing. So again, just keep them closed. Everything else stays exactly the same as you finish out these reps, and it's just another cue that I've kind of used not only in the deadlift but in all exercises to help out. Next cue we're going to talk about is pressing through the midfoot. This has helped me find my center of gravity a lot better than anything else I've really ever come across. Especially dealing with heavy weight, you find that finding your center of gravity and pulling through that point is one of the best for recruiting the most amount of muscle possible to help you lift the bar. Some people do preach pressing through the heels, but I really don't find that to be as effective as finding that midfoot balance where you have as much pressure on your heels as you do on the ball of your foot. So give it a try. So sometimes it's a lot easier to demonstrate a cue than to actually explain what it is and how it works, but I found that pulling from the base of the neck, high trap area, has been the best to allow me to recruit the most amount of muscle while I'm lifting, regardless of whether I mess around with sumo or my usual conventional stance. I found that it kind of helps me engage my upper back, stay tight, pull effectively, finish the lift. So I just shift my awareness sometimes before the rep to that spot on my body and just try to pull through that spot as I finish the lift. Most notably in the 720 attempt that I just did and was successful with. That was one of the main things I was thinking about at the start of the lift. So definitely as you're doing these cues, give one a try, experiment with it for a week or two before you move on to the other one, see what its effect is. Some of these might be effective for you, some of them might not. It's kind of trial and error to find that one thing that's going to help everything just click into place, but you will notice a change, and I certainly hope that you do. Alright, last cue. This is more of a reminder than anything else, than anything specifically to you to focus on, but glutes are your friend, especially in the deadlift. I think that too much emphasis kind of gets placed on quads, hamstring, upper back. Glutes and glute training specifically are a huge part of being able to lock lifts out effectively. And I sincerely kind of owe a lot of my ease in locking lifts out to a lot of the time that I spent doing glute bridges, glute thrusts, heavy rack pulls, Jeffersons, and other work during bodybuilding and early powerlifting kind of technique styles. So being able to kind of push those hips through and finish out the lift as soon as the bar clears the knees is really one of the paramount of a good deadlift and being able to lock it out. So get some glute training in there. Start to feel your glutes as you're doing the deadlift, especially as you finish the lift. I filmed a few sumo clips here mainly because I was really tired from doing conventionals. We did 13 sets this day. But you can see that all the same cues that we talked about for conventional lifts apply to sumo. Finishing through with the glutes as soon as the bar clears the knees, pressing through the midfoot, pulling from the high part of the spine, and just making sure that we're centered over the bar. All those things extremely help. So please, guys, mess around with this. Have some fun. Tell me if these help you out. They've certainly helped me and a bunch of other people out, so definitely let me know. Thanks very much. Take care.